Think we're up and running. Let's see here. Make that nice and square. Turn this off. Hello and welcome to Castles Corner. This is Sunday live coaching where I answer any questions you guys happen to have. And it usually takes a second for me to get some questions. So if you're watching this after the live is over, just probably skip ahead a couple of minutes as I'm just going to go through a couple bits of business here. So first bit of business, this is probably only going to be about a 30-minute episode, give or take, just because it's my birthday. I don't want to spend too much time doing this, no offense guys, but I'd rather be trying to get all my work done rapidly today so I can relax tonight. But anyways, so first things first for business. Number one, I recently released a video this week. It is an add-on to my monthly skill set series. Basically, I learned 3 skills in a month, spending less than 5 minutes a day learning these skills. In this particular video, I had the help of Iron Core Oz. He helped coach me through the one-arm push-up and the one-arm squat and breath hold. So that was the video for this month. Next month, I'll be doing something new. The month previous to that was handstands, drawing anatomy, and a full middle split. So check that out too. Just make sure you check those videos out. Lately, I started a new series called Castles Chips. No, that's not a typo. It's actually a pun. But all these are going to be is because I have well over, I think, 650 lectures now. And most of them are anything from, give or take, 15 minutes all the way up to an hour. I'm going to be taking some important pieces out of these lectures, which I think you guys really need to pay attention to, that are usually only a minute, maybe up to 2 minutes, and I'll be putting them up here in a little playlist of Castles Chips. So these are going to be anything from very important information about a particular weightlifting exercise or a biomechanical concept, a respiratory thing, whatever. Just 1 to 2 minutes. So make sure you guys check out that new series, Castles Chips, as it's kind of consolidating the most important bits of my channel into little 1 and 2 minute videos. Following that, the release of my book, well, digital anyways, is up. This is my 5th book. It's a cookbook, 10-step program to get you in the optimum life plan. But of course, it's much more than just a cookbook. So the second half is only recipes. The first half, give or take 60 pages, is explaining the 10-step process, including all the biomechanical knowledge about your actual physical training, respiratory knowledge, sleep knowledge, more than enough nutrition knowledge. You're going to get sick from everything that's in there, but it's all presented very simply, so you can understand everything very easily. Moving forward, I'm now up to, very happy to say, 100 orders. Well, it's over 100 now, but I stopped at 100 orders for the Keychain Gym. I've been able to lower the price just due to outsourcing some materials, different places to get it even cheaper for you. So if anybody would like to order their Keychain Gym, just let me know. Seems to be very popular. I can understand why, but even so, if you want one, just let me know. If you want to know how to make one, check out my YouTube videos. I have at least 6 detailing how to make different versions of the Keychain Gym or portable gym. They're all very easy to make, and I highly encourage you guys to make these because it completely negates the purpose of a gym. You'll never need a gym membership ever again. You can work out anywhere in the world with anything with the perfect biomechanical exercises. So I don't really know why you wouldn't want one. And if you're not sure how to use it, I also include a book of flashcards, me demonstrating along with the actual steps for each and every single exercise using the Keychain Gym explained very clearly. Moving forward, I have some fun new podcast guests coming on. Not this week, but next week. I'm going to be continuing the series with Jerry Brainham, Mythbusters, where we just go through and we bust all the myths, fitness, nutrition, and all these things people commonly believe which are not true. And well, other than that, obviously I have all my articles and projects I'm working on, but I mean, I'm sure you guys aren't interested in that. I have some fun biomechanical videos, breakdown videos coming up this week for various exercises. I'll be adding to my exercise playlist. I'll be adding to my respiratory health playlist, and I'll be introducing a new lecture. Just this past week, I put up 2 different lectures. I can't help but notice they didn't get many views. I'm not sure why. They both have to do with how incredibly powerful the mind is in regards to your health. The placebo effect, the nocebo effect, how perception actually affects how much fat you keep on your body. I really don't know why you guys wouldn't check these out, but check these videos out. They were released last week. They both have to do with the expectation effect and how your perception actually affects your health. And it's pretty freaking dramatic. So I would really encourage you guys to check these out. I mean, it took a lot of time to make these videos for that reason. Other than that, I can't think of too much to get into for myself, as most everything else, you guys kind of know what I do with clients and training and writing my books, writing my articles, doing my lectures and my builds and all these things. Other than that, I don't have too much to add, guys, so I'll just wait until you guys get some questions. And, well, I can probably open the chat for that. So anyways, anytime you guys have a question, please just throw it in the chat here and I'll answer it as soon as I can. If it takes me a second to get to the question, it's just because it hasn't actually loaded on my side yet. And of course, remember to always keep it positive here, guys. And I'll try to answer anything that I can. If I don't know the answer, I mean, I do apologize, but I'm not Google, and I'll have to just say I'll get back with you. Okay. Since I've caught my breath and I have a moment to chat here, let me address a couple things, I guess, since there's still no questions. So I'm going to talk about goal setting real quick. I've seen a lot of people emailing me lately what I think about New Year's resolutions. I suppose I'll give my opinion as well as what you should be doing instead. So a New Year's resolution, in my opinion, for those of you who have asked or those of you who are curious, a New Year's resolution is for somebody who is basically a lazy piece of shit. I mean, the only people who I know who would even talk about or be considering making a New Year's resolution are people who are not setting goals on a daily basis, are people who are not actually being mindful of how they're living their life. Anybody who takes their life seriously does not set New Year's resolution goals. It's just ridiculous. It's basically saying, okay, once a year, I'm going to set a goal. And I'm probably not going to get it, and I'm totally okay with being a loser. That's basically what you're saying. People who kind of live for their future selves or live for the betterment of their lives or for the betterment of others' lives, they don't wait for good things to happen to them. They don't wait for a once-a-year deadline to set a goal. They set daily goals every single day. These 3 things got to be done. I have to do blank, 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 and blank today. These must be done today. Okay, and they do it every single day. And they set weekly goals, and they set monthly goals, and they set yearly goals. And they make sure that they keep track of themselves to make sure that they're hitting their deadlines, their due dates, and their goals. Because if they're not, they have to reassess and go back to it. So in a nutshell, my opinion of New Year's resolutions is it is stupid. If you're the kind of person who is making a New Year's resolution, I would really urge you to actually consider how you're living your life. You should not be making a New Year's resolution. This is not a healthy thing to do. This is a loser mentality thing to do. What I would encourage you to do instead of setting a New Year's resolution is you get a couple little Post-its. Okay, so let's just say you're just starting this for the first time. You get 1 or 2 Post-its. And you write on those Post-its 1 or 2 very small goals that you know you will actually do, meaning have no ego, the no ego rule. So say you do not do cardio. You don't do any cardio at all, and you really want to start doing cardio because you're fat. Well, one of your goals should be take a morning walk. Here's how that works. You write on your Post-it, goal number 1, take a morning walk. Due by end of the day. And you put the date. Now here's your goal. Just go walk. It doesn't matter if it's a minute, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 10 minutes, if it's 15 minutes. You had a goal of going for a morning walk. Excellent. Your second goal, I don't know, eat more protein. Most people don't eat enough protein. Goal number 2, eat more protein. Okay, so write on your little second Post-it, goal 2, consume more protein by consuming protein with every meal. Okay, due by whatever, end of the night. Then the day goes on, You've written those goals down, you've made them concrete. They're both simple and doable, and both have measurable impacts on your health and your sanity, your mentality, your benefit, your life, everything. They both have benefits. They're small, but they're doable. So you're going to do them. Then you'll take those 2 Post-its off the mirror. You'll feel real good about yourself because you completed 2 goals, first time in how knows long. You're going to write 2 more Post-its for the next day. Take a morning walk. It's going to be another goal. How long did you walk yesterday? Did you walk 10 minutes? Okay, well, your goal today is take a morning walk of 12 minutes. Okay, second goal, consume more protein, buy protein alternatives. So, you can start having easier access to protein in your house. You got whey protein, you have shakes, you have chicken, cooked stuff in the freezer. Okay, so you're making it easier. And as the days go on, they lead to weeks. These goals are going to keep getting taken up, putting down, taken up, putting down, taken up, putting down, and you're going to keep making progress over and over and over and over again. And eventually you're going to realize, hey, I can set goals maybe that'll take me a month to achieve. And you can do that. And then you can set smaller goals consistently daily to build up to that monthly goal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is how intelligent people live their lives. They don't set a once a year goal and then ignore it. They set consistent daily goals. And when you're setting these consistent daily goals on these little Post-its in your mirror, and you don't do one of them. So say you set a goal of, you're trying to make yourself better. So you say, I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes, but tomorrow comes and you don't do the meditation. The whole day gets out of control and you don't do the meditation. So, okay, well, it happens. Maybe you had an off day, you had a bad day, shit gets out of control. It happens to everybody. Mistakes happen. So what do? You take that goal of 20 minutes of meditation, just change the date and just make it for the next day. Next day comes, for some reason, once again, you don't complete your goal of 20 minutes of meditation. Does this mean you're a failure? Does this mean that you're a fuck up? Does this mean that you just can't meditate? Does this mean you're a loser who can't follow a program? No. It means you are not confident or comfortable setting goals yet. And you set a goal that was unattainable. You made it into a big old monster because nobody wants to sit and meditate for 20 minutes. So you made a big monster out of this goal. Oh, I'm going to meditate for 20 minutes and sit and focus on my breath for 20 minutes. If you've never meditated before, that is a lot. That is a huge commitment, and it's very uncomfortable for you. You haven't done it for 2 days now. So here's what you're going to do. Same thing. Day 3, meditation is your goal. However, your time is going to be 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. Something manageable, something no ego, and something you'll actually do. And then once you actually accomplish that, you do the 3 minutes of meditation. The next goal should be, next day, meditation is the goal, but I'm going to do 5 minutes today. And you keep doing that until you reach a point where you won't do it. And then you back it off a little bit, and you keep going and backing it off, and going and backing it off. This is setting appropriate goals. It doesn't have to be meditation. It could be reading a book, could be going in the gym, could be walking, could be literally anything. If you say, I'm going to go do a 30-minute run tomorrow, and you haven't run in months, you're not going to do it. If you say, I'm going to take a 5-minute jog tomorrow, you will do that. That is something you'll do. And you can slowly improve your jogging until you're running, which is what you should do anyways, because you have to strengthen your bones and build the neurological connections. And you're probably too fat, so you're damaging yourself when you're running, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So just think about this, guys. Don't be setting New Year's resolutions. Just set daily, manageable, intelligent goals and keep doing them. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's the most common thing that I see that just completely stops, stalls, stalemates everyone's progress in everyone's life is they have a really big ego. And I remember 20 years ago, I could do this. Okay, well, you can't now. Okay, you got to start from square one and build back up to it, okay? Or, well, I should easily be able to do 20 push-ups. I don't need to check that. Well, that's stupid. So why don't you try doing 1 perfectly and see how that goes, and set your goal for 1 or 2 perfectly and see how that goes, guys. Again, don't have these big egos. Don't say, I'm going to go work out for an hour today. It doesn't make any sense. Say, I'm going to figure out the best way to do biceps, and I'm going to go practice biceps today. And then the next day, I'm going to go figure out triceps. I'm going to go practice triceps today. And then the time next week rolls around, you can do biceps and triceps in the same day. Little steps, baby steps. Don't have these big egos, because you're going to turn it into a big monster and nothing is ever going to get accomplished and nothing is ever going to get done. So that is my view on New Year's resolution. Sorry for the rant. I've gotten a lot of text messages and emails about that recently this past month. I just want to clarify that. I can send this video to people now. What is my view on forearm training? Great question. I'm going to have to say this is my view on about a lot of things. If you are hoping to add a lot of size to your forearms, meaning you want to have big muscular forearms, two things. One, you must train them directly. And you got to train them just like any other body part. So you do your biceps every 3 or 4 days with correct intensity. You got to do your forearms every 3 or 4 days with correct intensity. That's how it works. Second thing you guys got to know is when it comes to forearm training, you're not really going to be able to add a lot of size. I got these little old forearms. I've been training my forearms ridiculously hard for the better part of 15 years. I mean, I used to pull 600 pounds with these grips, just no straps or anything. I mean, I have very strong forearms. I have very strong grip strength. My forearms, I doubt very much they ever get much bigger than this. They just won't. Forearms are like your calves. They don't have massive capacity for musculature growth. You can certainly grow them, but just understand it's not going to grow as rapidly as the other muscles on your body visibly. It's going to take time. So if you're looking for big muscular forearms, you need to definitely be training them the same way you would train any other muscle in your body. You should be training them biomechanically correctly. You shouldn't be overdoing it. There's no point. And you should be specifically focused on forearm training, not grip training. So grip training is something else. It's something unrelated, and that's actually a whole topic in and itself, is people get grip training wrong as well. But while your forearm does obviously impact your grip strength, you don't want to be training your grip strength thinking that that's going to be adding size to your forearms. I hope that makes sense. And if I didn't answer it, then just get back to me later. Oh, I should probably add, there are, let's say, some sports where having strong forearms is necessary. But there's nothing outside of bodybuilding that says you have to have big muscular forearms unless it's just something you're looking for aesthetically. But there are an awful lot of sports where you must have very strong pinch grip, pinching power, gripping strength, holding strength, static holding strength. I mean, and you should be training directly for those, but I think you would be already, and you wouldn't ask me that question if that was the case. Let's see, what else we got for questions? Oh, no more questions. So just so you guys know, because I already mentioned it once, but I'll mention it again. I'm only going to be doing this for just about another 10 minutes today, guys. Try to keep it short today. I got a birthday, breakfast, and lunch and dinner today, so a lot of stuff going on. Let's see here. Which machines exercises do you find good but too risky or dangerous? Seated calf machine, risk popping the Achilles tendon. Are you talking? I'm not sure which machines exercises do I find good but too risky or dangerous, such as the seated calf machine, wrist popping the Achilles tendon. Okay, so if you're referring to in general, I mean it's most of them. It's like most gym machines are not built correctly, and furthermore, people don't know how to use them correctly, and furthermore, people don't know how to select weight correctly. So because of this, there's very few gym machines which I'm on board with, we'll put it that way. Most of them don't train your muscles correctly. Most of them have injury risk, especially if you don't know what you're doing with them, etc. In regards to calf training, by the way, you don't want to train your calf in a seated position, ever. You always want to be training your calf in a standing position. Well, not necessarily standing, I suppose, but with a straight leg position. So your knee actually tucked backwards, not completely rigid and pushed all the way backwards, but just with a very ever so slight bend in it. This is the optimum calf training position. So just to keep everything just real simple, your calf is made up of two muscles, so the gastrocnemius and the solaris. The solaris is basically just a large tendon, and it works like a spring. Whenever you are running, jumping rope, hopping, anything like that where it's a rapid movement, that's going to be mostly your solaris during the work. Now this is, again, it's 80 some odd % tendon. It has basically zero capacity for growth. Now, the other part of your calf, the gastrocnemius, that's the big part that actually looks like the bicep on the back of your calf. That has a lot of capacity for growth. But if you want to actually grow it intelligently using biomechanics, well, you want to avoid active insufficiency and passive insufficiency, meaning essentially you want to keep the leg straight with a slight bend in the knee because that is the neutral position for the muscle. And that's just the position that you want to be training it in because it allows for maximum contraction as well as lengthening in the correct plane of motion. I don't know if you were just specifically referring to the calf machine there, but I mean, just to address the calves real quick, because I see people train that crazy wrong all the time. Furthermore, if you really want to focus on the gastrocnemius, you want to make sure that you pause at the bottom for a minimum of 1 full second. Not a bullshit second, not one up, not 1001 and then back up. If you do that, it removes the bounce reflex of the tendon, which basically means that the muscle itself is doing all of the work, contracting, taking the damage, not the tendon helping a ton, removing the actual damage to the muscle. So anytime you see somebody training their calves and they're doing those really stupid fast movements with their calves, or they're training their calves with a bent knee, just understand they don't know what they're doing. They're not going to have results. They're training their tendons, and they're actually high risk for injury. They're definitely not going to be building their calf muscles. But it's the same thing with forearms. I mean, you would never train your forearms doing something like this, would you? That's not how you train your forearms. You have to train them the same way you train anything else. You train the muscle. You don't train the tendon. But it's actually another reason people like squatting so much is because they can bounce out of the bottom. In regards to forearm training, I have multiple different videos on this, a couple different biomechanical breakdowns, but it's actually pretty simple. It's just weight in your hand here for the flexor, and you're just going to curl. Keep your forearm at an angle like this, by the way. And that's it. So up, and then slowly down, and up, and slowly down. And then for your extensor, you're just going to have your arm flipped up down the table, resting here, weight here, extend, curl the fingers, weight drops down to here, and then curl them up. That's all it is, fast and then slow on the way down. So fast concentric and slow eccentric. And that's basically forearm in a nutshell. You don't want to be using barbells, obviously. You always want to use dumbbells, just for the avoiding the bilateral deficit as well. But I think I hammered the forearms to death there as well as the calves. People are tearing biceps on a Larry Scott bench, messing up their hip joints on abductor machines, etc. Too high risk to benefit ratio. Yeah, again, so preacher curl, for example, the preacher curl machine. One of the stupidest machines in the gym. You're basically guaranteed to damage your bicep, and also it's not a productive resistance curve for your bicep anyways. I mean, I don't want to get into that because it's like every fucking machine in the gym, basically. Any incline bench, any bench press machine, any squat machine that has incorrect angles, any leg extension machine that has an oval cam in the wrong placement. I could just keep going. Any lateral delt machine which doesn't allow your arms in the optimum position, which is most of them. Any lat pull machine which forces you through a convoluted range of motion which scrapes your shoulder joint. I mean, I could keep going. I mean, I have 2 or 3 videos where I just walk into various gyms that have hundreds of pieces of equipment, and I just walk through and I'm just like, see this machine, it sucks because of this. See this machine, it sucks because of this. This is my whole like kind of point with biomechanics, I guess, is gyms are completely functionally fucking useless if you're like actually serious about intelligently and effectively developing muscle. You have exactly 0 requirement to go to a gym, and I would even argue that going to a gym is counterproductive. What you do need is the correct knowledge and a couple real simple basic goddamn tools. Basic tools being a pulley, a rope, and a fucking bucket. If you got those 3 things and the correct knowledge, you have a complete gym. You never require a personal trainer. You don't require dumbbells and weights and plates and machines and every other goddamn thing. Every single muscle on your body only has one single best movement, one single best resistance curve, one best way to perform it, one best intensity, one best frequency, one best everything, one most efficient everything. And the most efficient version of absolutely everything has no requirement for a gym, no requirement for a trainer, no requirements for machines, No requirements for large amounts of weights for anyone in the world. I don't care who you are, what kind of a super strong freak that you think you are. If you think you're some super strong freak just because you're squatting 500 pounds and deadlifting 600, all it actually means is you're using really inefficient mechanics. You're training like a moron. You're destroying your body permanently for the future, and you're going to take far longer to get to your goal than somebody who's training at home with a bucket, rope, and a pulley, just to be clear. So again, this is why I don't like gyms. It's why I don't like personal trainers. They have no idea what they're doing. They're completely clueless in regards to fitness and exercise and health and respiration and diet and everything else that they're paid to know. Gyms are just a place to waste money, essentially. That's all that they're there for. If you want to go to a gym because they have a treadmill and you don't want to have a treadmill in your house, I mean, that's up to you. If you want to go to the gym because your friends go to the gym and you like to go train together, okay, cool. But just, I hope you're doing the right exercises in the gym, and I really hope you're focusing on your workout, not bullshitting with your friends, not hitting on girls or something. The fuck are you going to the gym for? But just to be real clear, guys, this is my thing. I do everything to the best of my abilities as efficiently as possible. My workouts are 20 minutes. My workouts require a 4-ounce keychain gym. Okay? That's what I use for most of my workouts nowadays because I'm doing a lot of filming with it. So I'm doing my full workouts with just that. No weights, no nothing. Just my little 4-ounce keychain gym right there. Okay? That's all anyone in the entire world needs. I don't care if they're the most elite bodybuilder in the world. They need a pulley, a rope, and a bucket to put some fucking weight in, and then the knowledge of where to apply the leverage, what angles to use, how to be actually using their levers intelligently. I mean, but again, I don't want to keep ranting about this, guys, but there is a best way to do everything. If you're not doing things the best way, frankly, you're an idiot, especially if you know the best way and you are consciously choosing to not do the best way. I don't have any time of day for you. You're frankly a moron to me. I don't know what you're doing with your life. If you know there's one best bicep exercise, you can do it with cables or dumbbells, and you choose to use a barbell, you're an idiot. You're fucking retarded. I don't know what to tell you. You don't have a brain. You're not actually serious about making growth in your muscles. If you know that squats are not an effective leg builder, and you are still doing squats in the hopes it's going to give you some kind of an additional benefit to your legs, you're a moron. Or you just don't actually understand and haven't been educated properly in biomechanics. That's all it is. Same thing with breathing, same thing with eating, same thing with sleeping. As soon as you actually change somebody's mind about this and you get them doing the right, most efficient thing, why in God's name would they do anything else? It makes everything better. It saves time. It saves money. It saves effort. Why would you do anything else? But anyways, guys, again, I'm sorry. I just kind of beat that horse to death. Wasn't trying to rant. I'm not trying to piss anybody else off either, but I mean, it is what it is, guys. Now, I'm going to wrap this up for the day. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry, it was kind of a little showing today. Not many people, but it's okay. I wanted to keep a short show anyways. It's my birthday. I'm going to go have a birthday breakfast with my good friend Kathy. Some of you know her. And guys, if you need anything, reach out to me via email. Go ahead. Instagram, Coach Castle. Facebook, Castle Thompson. My email is castleinprogress@gmail.com. My website is castleinprogress.com. Make sure you check out my Etsy store. It's linked in the description below all of my videos on YouTube. There you can find all of my books, all of my tools, all of my things, online coaching programs for me. You can contact me. You can buy crap from me for like $1 or $2 for digital download. You can order a keychain gym, all that stuff. If you like what I do, please consider a thumbs up, liking, subscribing, sharing this video with somebody, telling somebody else about the live so they can get some answers, questions answered, I should say. And of course, if you want to coach, hey, I'm your guy. I'm very happy to coach anybody who actually wants to be helped and wants to live an efficient and productive life. But anyways, that's it for me, guys, and everybody have a great day.